Hi. Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me because I don't know if my network is stable enough for today, and also I don't know if my voice is loud enough because where I am, I can't really increase my volume. So, can you let me know where you're joining from while we wait for others to join in? Because this is 6 o'clock already and we need to run. Where are you joining from? We are here again. Let's see you in the comments. Emotional Intelligence 101. Hey, blessing. I see you from Ghana, Oluwakemi. I have a friend, Oluwakemi. I call her Kem Kem from Aberdeen. Oh, not too far away from me. I'm in Scotland as well. Hi, Kem Kem. Where are you joining me from? Amina from Nigeria. Yay. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope my voice is loud enough. Please confirm with me. Is my voice loud enough? Okay. While we are waiting, I think we just have to start because anytime I join live, I'm thinking about someone's data is going here. Hi, Melody. Melody. Okay, thank you, Kemi. Thank you so much for confirming that. Thank you. Okay. So let's quickly get started. This is all about emotional intelligence, and let's see what we are going to do in the next 30 minutes. You know, there are so many components of emotional intelligence, but we are just going to focus on the first two, which we'll discuss in this session. So just stay with me, and this is the goal for this webinar. So I want it to be as practical as possible. I don't want to bore us with theories, I just want us to live with something tangible that will be seeing the transformation, we'll be seeing the difference in our lives. So that is the goal of this particular session, and I'm sure you will love it. So at the end of the session, I want you to be able to identify and name your emotions in real time, regulate your emotional reactions with simple techniques, respond wisely, not impulsively. This is the part that usually choke many of us. And then avoiding emotional decisions that leaves you in regrets. When you say things out of emotions and you're not able to take them back because things have already scattered from the way you spoke or from the way you acted. So this is where we are going to avoid those decisions that leave us in regrets. So what is emotional intelligence? I would have wanted you to tell me what you think about it, but let's quickly go straight to the meat of the session, okay? Before we talk about that, I forgot that I had this part of the slide because this will help us understand while I'm talking. Just in one word, tell me what emotion you feel now. So this will help you understand any gaps and will also help you know the difference that you're taking away from this particular session. So, in one word, what emotion do you feel now? Let me see your comments because as we move on, you're going to understand why this question is asked and the importance of your own response to this question. In one word, just let me know, what emotion do you feel right now? For myself, I feel contented. Yes, that's the word. That's what I feel right now. Oluwakemi says stressed. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Amina says overwhelmed. And I also believe this is the end of a work day, so it can be quite stressful for some people. It can be really stressful. Keep it coming, keep it coming. What emotion do you feel right now? Just anything that comes to mind. It doesn't have to be, there is no right or wrong, you know. Okay, let's not let that delay us. Okay, so let's proceed. Oh, Melody says tired. Oh, and even the emoji is tired. Oh dear, bless you. Okay, so emotional intelligence is your ability to perceive, understand, manage your emotions and relationship. It involves being aware of your own emotions and also that of others. You get what's happening here? So it's not just about you being emotionally intelligent, it's also about you recognizing the changes in emotions in other people. And then you're now using this awareness to guide your behavior, whether it's for the purpose of leadership, whether it's for the purpose of managing your stress. There are so many benefits. Okay, whether it's for the purpose of just executing your job or for the purpose of leading a successful life. You know, so emotional intelligence is something that is very, very important to the point that is believed that is more important than intelligence quotient in helping people, in predicting people that are going to be successful in life. Now, how this matters is if you have somebody in your class, maybe when you were in secondary school, in university, you had somebody, just give me 1 minute.
Let's double check one thing. When was her last nap?
Like 5 minutes ago.
So wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
Okay, I'll wait.
thank you so much. So you realize that you had people in your class that knew that, as in they used to call them the akada, people that were so intelligent, and when you look at their lives today, you'll be like, it's not this person that was really, really excellent in school. So that is not what determines success in life. Now, your emotions, how you regulate your emotions, how you recognize the emotions of other people, how you relate with others socially, these are the markers of success. That is why this is a very, very important aspect of life. All right. And then these are the 5 components. Now, because of today, because of the time, we are not going to deal with all of these components, but I'll just talk about them quickly. Okay. Now, the 5 components of emotional intelligence are self-awareness, self-regulation, internal motivation, empathy, social skills. Self-awareness is basically you recognizing any shift in your emotions. Now, I want you to note this particular one because it is going to be the foundation or the core when you're talking about emotional intelligence. If you notice, when you were going about your day to day, something happened that made you recognize or have a shift in your emotions. Okay, let me use an instance. Was it, I think some days ago I was going about my day to day, and at some point I recognized that I was feeling different. I was feeling a bit troubled. And I started thinking, what happened? Because I've learned to be self-aware. I don't carry on, when there is a shift in my emotions. I try to reflect on it so that I can act on whatever is going on at that moment. If not, you find things will just keep accumulating, your emotions will just keep accumulating. You don't know where it's coming from, you don't know what's going on with you, and before you know it, you're having emotional outbursts that people are wondering, what did I do? Why are you feeling this way? What did I do to you to make you explode like this? Okay, so self-awareness is basically you recognizing any changes in your emotion, any shift at all, as quickly as they are happening. I don't mean that you recognize them tomorrow. You're recognizing as quickly as they are happening. Okay, and the next one, self-regulation, is now how you manage yourself, how you regulate that emotion to achieve the outcome you want for yourself. So if you're unable to regulate yourself, that's when you start seeing yourself maybe something that could have achieved, maybe workplace conflict that could have been achieved by dialogue. You find yourself shouting, shouting, shouting. And then at the end of the day, you start apologizing. I'm sorry I shouted. Because you're not able to regulate yourself. Tomorrow again, the same thing happens and you're wondering, why am I doing this? You keep regretting your actions. This one is very, very common for in parenting, where you have kids that are always on your nerves. You've talked and talked and talked. You're not seeing any difference. Now, this is where your own self regulation comes in, because if you're not able to regulate yourself, you find yourself maybe beating them all the time. And after beating them, you go to bed regretting, oh, I shouldn't have hit this child. I shouldn't have called them stupid. I shouldn't have. So it boils down to you being able to regulate your own self so that um, you can achieve the outcome you want, right, without any regrets. And now the third one, internal motivation, is what drives you. Why this is very important is because, let me use today as an instance. As at 3 o'clock, I was actually typing in the WhatsApp group that I wasn't going to show up for this webinar because of a family emergency. But as I finished typing, the only thing remaining was just to send. But then I had the second thought. If I don't show up for this particular event, for this particular webinar, there is someone on the other side, someone that is listening to me right now, that I am denying their opportunity to become more emotionally intelligent. Right. And by them being more emotionally intelligent, they are becoming better moms, they are becoming better dads, better employees, better leaders. Right. So this is about your own internal motivation. So for yourself, I like to use parenting as an example because it is so super relatable. For your own self, you find yourself always hitting your child. Now, where internal motivation comes in here is you asking yourself, what do I actually want for my kids? Do I want to raise kids that have been battered, that that have been battered, traumatized by my actions, by my abuse? Or do I want to raise kids that are actually wholesome? Now, if this your why is very strong, if this your motivation is very strong, it will now guide you on being intentional in your reactions, in how you manage your emotions. All right? That is where your internal motivation needs to be very clear. Why are you doing this? Why are you in this webinar? Why do you want to manage your emotions? Now, empathy is all about your pain in my heart. This is the simplest way I recognize empathy. Now, it's different from sympathy. Sympathy is more like, hey, Chai, how are you feeling, Chai? Sorry, yeah? Sorry, bye. But empathy is more than that. It's more of, oh, how are you feeling? You're feeling, let me say, you hurt yourself. And then I'm like, oh, you hurt yourself. I can't even begin to imagine how bad that is, or how terrible you feel right now. Because it's like I'm the one that's had that experience. And next thing I'm thinking, okay, if I hurt myself, what will I be doing? What will I want someone to do for me? Now, with that mindset, I'm now thinking of what I'm going to do for that person. So this is empathy, which is different from sympathy of, oh, sorry, oh, bye-bye. So empathy is your pain in my heart. And I'm going extra miles by trying to offer support as much as I can. And then the last one, which is social skills. Social skills are skills that helps you in relating with the next human being. There are people that lack social skills. In where we come from, we are big on respect. So there are certain people that lack social skills, that they can shout at you, talk to you anyhow without even recognizing how you feel. No, 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 no. That is not social skill. Social skill is trying to maintain healthy relationship between you and the other person, whether in the workplace or wherever, managing conflicts in a positive way that will achieve better results, and not the buzzwords that is now trending everywhere. If I give you, I'll give you back. No, no, no. That's not what's gonna help you in becoming emotionally intelligent. There is time for everything. There is time to write a worded email. There is time to dialogue. There is time to apportion a different communication skill for certain things. So this is where social skill comes in. But what we are going to deal on today is these two parts, the self-awareness and self-regulation. Like I mentioned, I want this session to be as practical as possible so that at the end of the day, you're living with tools to help you start managing your emotion right now, not tomorrow, right now. Okay. Okay, Norma Vivian says she feels stressed, not accomplished in between. Nedima tired. Bazwaye says uncertainty. Nonye says a bit overwhelmed, and Blessing says calmed down after an overly stressful morning. Oh dear, oh dear. A lot of stress. This adulting, eh? Is well with us. Okay. So I want you to do a simple exercise right now. You see these pictures of different faces. Okay. The top one, I don't know if you can see my what's it called? The pointer. Now, this is labeled from 1 to 6. Number one is the left one, okay, to the last one. Okay, it's already numbered below with the baby faces. Can you write in the comments what emotion do you recognize in this picture? Let's see who is going to get 6 out of 6. Let's see who's going to get 6 out of 6 just by looking at the faces. Tell me what emotions these people are experiencing. The first picture, I think, is the same face, all of as in the same person that is just making different faces. So let me know. The clue is there, or the cue is there, where you have to look at certain areas. Even without looking at the areas, I can identify, I can label the emotions because I have an idea of the various emotions or the names of various emotions. Keep them coming. Just number as many as you can. No one says surprised. Okay. You may not be able to solve all of them, just number them what you can. For those that are just joining, we are trying to label the various emotions that we are seeing on the screen from number 1 to 6. Nanya says number 3 is surprised, wowed. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Shocked, angry, frustrated, happy, contented, indifferent. Okay. Number 4, smiling. Number 2, angry. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, why you keep it coming now? I'm going to shock you by telling you what these various emotions or expressions actually mean. Most of you really tried. Now look at this. The first one is anger, then disgust. I'm sure probably it didn't cross your mind because it's not an emotion that you usually use, you know. Then fear, happiness, sadness, and surprise. You know why this is interesting? Because we are going to learn how to name our emotions. You can't be talking about emotional intelligence when you're not able to name your emotions. And I've identified, since I've been doing stress management, since I've been teaching about stress management, I've realized something that creates a barrier in us expressing our emotions, and that thing is language. Language. For instance, I speak the Igbo language. This is from the south, from the eastern part of Nigeria. And in the Igbo language, we don't really have words for certain emotions. Okay. And for some of them, it means we may have to combine words together to be able to explain an emotion that's maybe just have one word in English language. And rather than go through that stress, you just lump everything into I'm not happy or I'm sad. And then when when there is when you now want to express further emotions, you don't have the words to do so, and it makes you so frustrated that the person that you're relating to will also be frustrated because they can't understand what's going on with you, because you too, you can't articulate exactly what's going on with you. So language is a barrier. And the second thing is a mistake we usually make is in our kids. So imagine you as a child, you're coming home and you're telling your mom, mom, I'm stressed today, or oh, I was sad today. The typical African parents will be like, what's that? You've not even started life and you're talking about being sad. What do you mean? I beg shift. You know, that kind of thing. And before you know it, it suppresses our ability to express our emotions. And then you have adults, because kids will definitely grow up into adults. And then at the end of the day, you're having adults that do not know how to express their emotions. Okay, so this is actually a lesson for us. When a child is expressing how they feel, listen to them, okay, so that we don't suppress their ability to become emotionally intelligent adults. I don't know if you people can hear me. Oh, let me know if I'm making sense. Okay. Uh, what have I pressed on my laptop? Okay. So now this is what is called the feeling wheel. I don't know if you can see it. It was designed by this woman, by Gloria Wilcox in 1982. This feeling wheel, if you can't see it on my screen, just Google it. The feeling wheel. It is something that is going to help you to name your emotions. You remember when we asked earlier, what emotions do you feel right now? And some of you said stressed, overwhelmed. I can assure you that stressed and overwhelmed is not the only thing you're feeling. If you look at this feeling wheel, if you look at this feeling wheel, you realize that you can name more than one emotion from just that stress and overwhelmed. Can you identify anything? Give me one minute. Let me know if you can identify any new feeling from this feeling wheel. Right? Write in the comments. Let's see. I'll be back shortly. Oh, it's too tiny. I'm really, really sorry. It's too tiny. Okay. Okay, let's just proceed without it then. I'm really sorry, it's too tiny. Let's proceed then. So, we will go to the next one, which is okay. This was what I was asking, but since it's too tiny to even talk about it, let's leave it. Okay, but you can just Google the feeling wheel. It will help you know several emotions. Like when I started, I told you that I was feeling contented. I didn't just tell you, hey, I'm feeling happy. Oh, I'm excited. I was more specific because of the knowledge of various emotions based on that feeling wheel. Okay, this is something that will help you to express your emotions better. All right, and then this is a self-awareness quiz. Also, this one you can also find it. This self-awareness quiz, you can also Google this one to help you. Now, why I put this out here is so that it will help you to assess your own self. Okay, and even before that, we are going to use it to learn something new. Now, when you go through an emotion, for instance, you are on your way to work and then someone slaps you. Ah, you didn't expect it. You didn't expect the slap. The first thing that you'll be thinking of is how to fight, Abby. Now, emotional intelligence takes you through various stages of responding to that slap. Now, the first thing is that yes, your brain has communicated that you've been slapped, and your brain has communicated, oh, you're feeling something different. And this is now you asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? The common feeling is anger, right? And now the next thing is your body has a way of expressing that emotion, expressing that feeling. Okay. And that is where it's called body scanning. This is maybe your fist is becoming clenched, like somebody that wants to fight, or your face is becoming frowned, or you're frowning, like someone that is so angry, so irritated. And the next step is now you asking yourself how you're going to respond. Now, all these things I'm saying happen in split seconds, like it happens so quickly. But if you break them down, if you break down how you respond to this kind of slap, this is the process it goes through. Okay, so today, did you notice different emotional shifts? Can you name the emotion when you're upset beyond, I just feel bad? Could it be that you feel frustrated? Could it be that you feel disappointed that this slap is coming from someone that is very close to you? Do you sense where this emotion is showing up in your body? Maybe you're now having a tight fist that you're ready to punch someone. And then can you pause before reacting to this slap? Can you actually pause before reacting to this slap? And then at the end of the day, are you able to articulate this strong emotion yourself? You know, when you're explaining how you feel, and then next thing you start crying. It also happens to me. Maybe when you're so overwhelmed by an emotion, and then someone asks you, what happened? And then you start crying. So this emotional self-awareness quiz is to help you. I, if you can screenshot it, I encourage you to screenshot it, because you're going to be using it to explain, to express yourself and articulate your emotions better. Okay, you're going to be using it maybe in your day to day, because this is a task. Emotional intelligence, becoming emotional intelligence, is a practical task. It's not a theory based thing. So if you can screenshot it or you can write it down, answer these questions when you feel an emotion. All right. And then if your result is that you are always if your results from that previous quiz is mostly yes, that means you're having a better self-awareness. But if your result is mostly no, that means you need to do better in your self-awareness, maybe by journaling, maybe by talking to someone, and these are the tools to master your emotions. This is me just tying up everything that we've talked about previously to help you master your emotion. Number one, name the emotion you feel. So I'm giving you a charge right now, okay? If you are experienced, for those that says that they are stressed, use that emotion wheel and note exactly what emotion you feel, and then do a body scan, because when you feel that emotion, it's expressed physically in your body. So do a body scan to know where it is being expressed. That's why some people can't hide their emotions. Some people can't hide what they are feeling at a particular time. Okay, so you yourself, you're going to identify what it is. And then the next step is, what is the trigger? You can go about your day, and at the end of the day, you find yourself so unusually tired, and you're wondering, what happened? So this is your moment to think about the things that happened through your day, so that you can identify what triggered a specific emotion. Okay. And then the next step is now pausing. Now, in this phase, this is now going to this is what is going to this is what's going to determine how you respond. That pause. Note this. That pause is now what's going to determine how you respond. Because if your child tells you, maybe you tell your child, stop doing that, and then your child shouts back, mommy, leave me alone. Oh my God, the African parents in you will be like, what's disrespect that you can even want to give them one back slap? But this is telling you, identify what exactly did they say that made you feel the way they feel. It could have been, it's not just what they said, it could have been because of your own beliefs, your own deep rooted beliefs that I can't tolerate my child speaking rudely to me. So this is you thinking deeply. Is it due to my beliefs? Is it because of the way I view respect? Is what they are telling me actually facts? This is actually the difficult part, because sometimes we want to be defensive about every single thing. We don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be called out. But this is telling you, be very honest with yourself if you're going to be managing your emotions intelligently. And now, when it comes to that phase of pausing, you can practice deep breathing exercise. Okay? You're boiling, or you're frustrated, but you're intentionally giving yourself that pause so that you don't react exactly how your body wants you to react, but you want to react more intelligently in a way that you will achieve an outcome that is suitable for you without any regrets. Another thing you can do, I'm sure that you've heard this one commonly, count up to 10. Count to 10. Now, why you're doing this pause before you respond, why I said respond is that you're not just reacting, you're responding appropriately. Why you're doing this pause is you're giving your brain time to distress. You're giving your brain time to bring those raging stress hormones back to the normal level so that you can have clarity to respond logically and not just responding based on the emotion. Do you understand? So give yourself that pause. It is very essential of this journey. And then finally respond, not react. If you find yourself always reacting, any little thing, hey, don't do that. Any little thing, your work colleague, you're shouting at them or you've started typing that email, always reacting. It means you need to sit down and reassess your emotions, to reassess how you respond to emotional triggers. Okay, so always remember, respond, not react. Respond to what happened, not react. And then, okay, Melody says we can get emotional away from your screen. Oh, awesome. And then Obianuju says, what if I feel more than one emotion at a time? Yes, you can feel more than one emotion at a time. It's very, very possible. Okay, so what matters here is being able to recognize what these emotions are, put names to them, being able to identify what is the trigger, how is my body responding to the emotion I feel. Okay, and then also follow the step of pausing to get the hormones back to their normal and then responding appropriately and not reacting. This is not about you becoming the weaker person. No, this is about you being empowered to actually be the more matured person. This is what sets leaders apart. This is what sets one person apart from the other person. And then you're wondering, why are people always going to this person to talk to them and they don't come to me? Is emotional intelligence is one skill that sets two people apart. So I think I'm almost done. I'm ready to take more questions, okay? I'm ready to take more questions. Now, before we conclude with what you've learned from emotional intelligence, now do this simple exercise. You remember we talked about how do you feel now? Now, complete this sentence. I feel, you let us know what it is, because now this is your trigger. The trigger may not necessarily be what the person did to you. The trigger could be how you chose to interpret what they did. Maybe based on deep seated beliefs or rules, or just how you choose to think about it, or the environment you've been in, or the kind of people you've been listening to. So it can be any of this, or it could also be what the person actually did to you or what happened to you. So I feel this because this, and what I need right now is. So sometimes what you need right now is not to shout or yell. What you need right now could just be being intentional in setting actions and consequences so that if those kids disturb again, they just have the consequences. You don't need to lift your hand, you don't need to yell. Maybe what you need right now is going to that colleague and telling them, okay, this is how you made me feel. Instead of boss, you tell them, this is how you made me feel. And I do not appreciate it. I would prefer you treat me like this, or I prefer you talk to me like this. Because this is you now expressing yourself more articulately. One mistake we usually make is expecting people to be what's it called again? Um what's these people that read minds? What are they called? As a mind readers, expecting the other party to be mind readers too. Don't you know what you did? No. If you're able to articulate how you feel, it makes a difference in the response you also get from them. I don't know if people are writing or I don't know if you are typing this exercise. I feel dash because dash, and what I need right now is dash. Okay, while we are waiting, I just wanted to leave you with this exercise. If you're in the community, we're gonna do a challenge on this to help you cope to help you manage your emotions better. We're going to do an emotional intelligence challenge in the WhatsApp community. Okay. So there are different tools or apps that can help you keep track of your emotions each day. Like if you're using the iPhone, there is it under health where you can be imputing your emotions. You get notification asking you, how do you feel right now? What happened? So with that, you can recognize a pattern so that you be more aware of your triggers. Okay. And I think there are also other apps. If you search, there are free apps. Even if you don't find any app, you get your journal and start noting down your emotions. Do this consistently just for 1 week. I didn't even say 2 weeks, just for 1 week. You will notice a difference between how you're responding today and how you're responding by the end of 1 week. Okay. And the blessing says, I feel depressed because I'm practically raising my kids alone. Oh dear. And what I need now is peace of mind. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. So we'll continue the challenge in the community and just want to quickly announce this for a free webinar that is coming up 15th of July. This is for women who are just done, who want to run away. Don't run away. Come, let's reset to thrive before you run away, okay? This is the registration details, and I hope to communicate more with you guys in the WhatsApp community. If you notice, the time is already past and I need to run, like literally run. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. If you have further questions, just ask in the WhatsApp community. Thanks, guys.